it's very stressful to not feel like you have enough money. Mm-hmm. And I don't think that's going away. And I think to a certain extent is things like I mean, I remember when we were getting raised, there was nowhere near the competition. Like after school, what'd you do? Well, whatever. Well, I have an activity and then I come home, I do it. But now there's all this scheduling stuff kind of because there's this arms race of raising kids. And so I'm just using this as an example of, I think there are more stressors. And if you're listening to this and you're a parent right in the thick of raising kids and you got a job and
it's definitely a very high bar, and that usually requires a lot of money.
And you're worried about, I know my kids need to go to college and I need to get them to a good college and they need a tutor and all this stuff costs.
Jack.
Yeah. All this
Jack's
costs.
expecting his babies.
Right. Yeah.
In July.
Our producer listening to this is like 2 months away from having his first baby. Yeah, never mind, Jack. Don't listen to this. But like this idea that you have in your head that, man, if I only had $200,000 more dollars, if I could double my income from 2,000, I have a partner, we're going to have our first kid and we make 100,000. But if we could double that and we could make 200, I think my life would be better. It will if you use that money to give yourself a little space, to buy yourself out of a problem you may have, to move to a place with better school, to move closer to your job and reduce your commute.
Which that's buying away a problem.
Yeah, to move, to pay for your aunt who just retired to look after your daughter or your new baby so your wife can continue work after her maternity leave, whatever. I'm making this up.
Right. I think what you're getting at is what my problem was always about the $75,000 cap, because not only is it relative to where you live, but it's really money buys you happiness when you have excess and you're spending it right.
Discretionary dollars.
Right. And so, yes, you could be making a ton of money, but if you're barely paying all the bills, you are under stress and you are not going to be happy. And somebody making far less who has, more money than bills, that money is going to be able to buy them happiness.
Yes. 4 things for more extracting a little bit of more happiness from the money you have. 1, as we mentioned, buy experiences, not things. 2, buy back your time, buy your way out of problems.
And now we go to 3 because we haven't covered 3 yet. So 3 is invest in other people.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to be self-serving, but it's not even self-serving, but think about the time you pour into your grandniece. You just came back from meeting her in San Diego and taking her on
we had the best time.
Safari, part of some San Diego, not the zoo, but something else.
Well, it's still owned by San Diego. It's Safari Park.
Yeah. And that was an investment of cost you not only, in order to do that was on a Sunday, you had to take a Monday off. Mm-hmm. So cost you a Monday off, which costs us money.
We had to fly there.
We flew there. You flew there. Stayed at a hotel to be near her. The hotel cost a little more money than it was the whole day itself.
I got the better hotel because I wanted the pool so she could be swimming.
Yeah. And did she do that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And so the net result of it was you spent with her 13 hours. Mm-hmm. And it was
magical. And we're having conversations, and then she was asking me questions and I was asking her questions, and then she stops and she goes, "We are a lot alike." And I said, "I know."
Yeah.
And I have not stopped thinking about her the whole week.
And that's using money, investing in other people, and it's also obviously an experience as well. Mm-hmm. My mom is using some of the money she has to fund scholarships and help people get into college or vocational schooling if they might not otherwise do that. It brings her great happiness. And it's her using some discretionary money she has to invest in other people,
The idea of lifting up other people.
Yeah. Yeah. We talk about this, but, another example is, there was a time when we didn't have a lot of money and there was somebody in our life who needed a little. For us, it was a lot. And when I think back of the things that as we've given more money for other things later, that doesn't bring me anywhere near the amount of happiness. Although it still brings me happiness, but not as much as when it was a little bit tight, we were able to lend a hand. And again, I'm not saying this to tell you I'm great. You should already know that by now. But if you don't,
and you should
that's right.
This video.
Yeah, you need to be hitting like,
subscribe.
People. Wake up, nerds. I'm saying that because I felt great. Me, giving money away.
We helped out somebody that basically changed the ending of their life. And when they passed, I was just really grateful that we were able to do it.
Yeah. And that benefit, yes, it helped them, but it helped us. It was a happiness boost for us. And so anyway, that's invest in other people. And then tell them the last one, Deller. I'm ready to get out of here and spend some money.
Treat yourself occasionally. So that, that one's because you're trying to spend your money smartly, but every once in a while you just need a treat. Every once in a while you need a massage or a manicure or
anything.
Yeah.
Or what's the cheap stuff? My dad used to love Dairy Queen's cone, which was like $2.39. And he never happier. I mean, the guy, by that point in his life, he could have bought a lot more expensive fancy stuff, but he loved that cone. He only have it every once in a while, but he loved that cone.
That he'd only have it every once in a while because the man was an accountant and had learned how to count calories.
Yeah, not a good thing.
Yeah.
No, not a good thing when he would go out to eat with us.
Yeah, he'd go out to eat and then he'd tell you how many calories you consumed. And the first time he did that to me, I went, that is not how you make friends.
Yeah, didn't come from your how to win friends and influence people. The other thing is that I was going to say about this one, treating yourself occasionally, is that we'll occasionally go places where the massages are cheap. So we have a new rule. I already told you our 5-star rule is don't stay in a 5-star hotel because the people aren't happy. Our other rule is no massages in
fancy
resorts.
Places.
Yeah, no massages on cruises. Not that we even go on cruises, but that would be definitely no massage on cruise, no massage in 4-star, no massage in hotel. It's costing you an arm and a leg.
To be petted.
And even though I know this literature, every now and then I still screw up and I schedule too many in a row. And all that happens on your third one is you compare it to the second or the first, and you're like, well, this wasn't as good as the first. And it's insane how hard it is to not habituate to something pleasant.
I enjoyed all three.
I was like, nope. The second was the best. The first one was pretty good. The third one wasn't. I shouldn't have done that. And
that's just habituation, though.
And it's also comparison. It's also this idea that it's back to the have and the have-yots. And many people have commented on this in the science, but it's not so much how much money you have absolutely that matters. It's how you look around and compare yourself to other people. And the kind of informal wisdom is like one of the worst things you can do is be the poorest person in the richest neighborhood, because it's
going to be a mind screw on your children for sure.
Yeah, because
they're growing up always feeling deprived. Yeah. When if you had just lived somewhere else and hired tutors.
Yeah, if you're trying to keep up with that.
Yeah,
money buys happiness. Turns out Cindy was right all those years ago to suspect those.
I love those words.
Findings. But I will say one other thing about I think people are getting smarter about how they use their money, in part because the world, even though it seems like it's on fire, the world actually does seem to be getting smarter.
Well, I think that
not if you're on social media and,
I think the younger generations it's not that they are fundamentally different from us. It's that I think sometimes systems push too far in a direction, and the people who are in the system, they become blind to that. So the current people who are heavily entrenched, the Xers and the boomers who are in the workforce, we're used to a certain set of conditions, including like certain hours and what sort of the expectations if you want to rise up in the organization. And it's gotten more and more, right? Like you get salaried because now you're going to work more than 40 hours a week, and they want to stabilize how much they're paying you. And so you're putting in long, long hours sometimes in some of these places. And it's the fresh eyes of, especially Gen Z looking in going, they never have any time for anything. And I don't want that life. And so it's not that we wouldn't have seen it too if we were starting out where they are, but that the systems had a creep.
Yeah.
And we didn't realize it was happening until okay, I basically work all week and then the only day I have off, I'm working to set up for the next week and I'm not enjoying my family. And they are being raised seeing that in their parents and they're going, no.